Okay, let's take a close look at our Dolphins cam, sponsored by Columbia Southern University, where we have some scattered clouds on this cool feeling fall day across the area. What a total change in our weather pattern, right? I mean, after such a hot September, and now we've just jumped right into the fall pattern. We had temps in the 50s this morning, and it's struggled to hit 70 degrees today thanks to some cloud cover, and a lot of that is spilling off the tropical disturbance that's in the Gulf that's interacting with an upper level feature that's moving in over Texas. All this coming together to produce the possibility of a subtropical or tropical storm that'll move through or close to our area on Friday night and early Saturday morning, and that'll have an impact on us with rain, gusty winds, and higher than normal tides. The biggest impacts will be across the Florida Panhandle and along the Baldwin County beaches, and then it'll all be gone, we think, by Saturday afternoon and Sunday. Here's a look at it right now, an elongated low pressure, so that it doesn't have a name, it doesn't have a number. If it gets a name, it would be Nestor, but right now it still does not have a name, and that may not be the case until sometime later tonight or tomorrow. This is why this thing could be tropical or could be subtropical. Look at the dry air associated with an upper level low that's located over Texas. It's digging in here, and that is creating a difference in dry air versus moist air and cooler air versus really warm tropical air, and that's creating what we call a baroclinic zone. So that's a front, really, and that's not the classic setup for a purely tropical system. This is likely to be a hybrid system. It's also likely to be pretty lopsided. Most of the intense parts of this are going to be on the northern and the eastern side of it, and as far as we're concerned, looking at the predictions here, it's not going to be an epic system, but it's just one to watch for sure, because it could have a direct impact as it comes across the Gulf. We've got it at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, close enough to start bringing us some rain bands, certainly by tomorrow evening. It's a 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm. The National Hurricane Center has it as a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm or subtropical storm on Saturday at 1 a.m., somewhere from about Pensacola to Apalachicola. The greatest likelihood would be Destin or Panama City, or maybe a little further south of Panama City. And so right around 1 a.m., that's probably when we'll see the maximum impacts in our area, about 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And then by daybreak on Saturday, this thing will be close to Marianna, Florida, or somewhere right in through here. And so the impacts will be decreasing in our area. By Saturday afternoon, this thing's going to be pushing on up into Georgia. We've got it as a depression in Georgia at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's not the center that's going to be the most intense part of it. It's going to be east of it and to the north of it, because it's likely to be a lopsided subtropical system based on what we're seeing. And the track of the models, this is interesting that the spaghetti models, most of them are actually clustered from about Gulf Shores to Panama City. So that is a little bit in conflict with the official National Hurricane Center track that just came down. And the National Hurricane Center, they've looked at all this too, and they're thinking it may be a little east of those lines right there. And tracking it with our GFS model, showing it at about 10 o'clock on Friday morning here. The GFS has it about due south of Dauphin Island. And then into Friday evening about 10 o'clock, it has this thing out off of Destin and Panama City. So it's a little faster track with the GFS, brings it ashore around Panama City. The European model is similar to this, and I'll switch over to that. This is a look at the European model. It brings it in. It has it on Friday at 10 a.m. south of Louisiana, so it's a little slower, and it has the system south of Mobile and Dauphin Island by 10 o'clock Friday night. This is a little bit more of a realistic scenario based on the Hurricane Center track, and then has it coming in around Pensacola or Destin with the center, with again the most intense part of it being out over here, okay, not right at the center, and then it moves on.